Do these structures come from before the flood? What was life actually like before the flood? Well, we're going to think about that in this video. Well, we're here in Turkey and we're on our way to Göbekli Tepe. Sorry, I said that wrong. We're on our way to Göbekli Tepe.
Göbekli Tepe.
And it's considered as, in all the things I've read, to be the site of the first temple in the world. Well, I'm here at Göbekli Tepe, out in the Turkish countryside. See down there, hills all around. Well, we're walking up the hill towards the Göbekli Tepe archaeological site. It's a tourist trap. Lots of people coming to see it. And it's no surprise, because this thing is like Stonehenge, but older. It's believed to be the first temple in the world. They've set it during the Ice Age, which, according to literal biblical perspective, is actually right after the flood. They date this thing to like 10,000 BC, something like that, really old. If you're following biblical chronology, this is way older than Noah's Ark. If you're literally following the Bible, the world didn't even exist. So there's a few things to be worked out with the Bible and with dating. And I'm not necessarily convinced we understand it all yet, and that's okay. I'm fully trusting in the Bible, and at the same time very interested in these things. And I'd suggest you just keep an open mind, because as time goes along, the science and the archaeology proves the Bible more and more and more. The Bible doesn't change, but we find that science is constantly changing and adjusting. And archaeology, we're constantly learning and finding new things. And, well, this is a part of the process. I think it's very exciting. Isn't it neat to see real archaeology taking place? These pillars have got animals on them. You can see that one there looks like a woolly mammoth. That one over there looks like it's got a fox or a dingo or a coyote type animal on it. Some other of these pillars have got like vultures. The thought is from the experts that these are like gods that were being worshipped. One of the weird things about this spot is they dated to before the flood. It looked like it had been covered up again. Not covered up in the normal way where silt just comes along and covers it up. No, just it had like been deliberately covered up. And are you thinking what I'm thinking? Put two and two together? Maybe the flood covered it up. And when you stand there and you look at all the structures were there, it shows signs of intelligence, but also signs of worshipping creation, worshipping animals. Things that humans always have this proclivity to start worshipping what they see instead of worshipping that which they can't see. And I know that sounds dumb to say, oh, you don't worship things you don't see. But no, everything that we see is physical. It's subject to the laws of physics. Its creator can't be subject to the same laws. An eternal God can't have a beginning or an ending and can't be subject to the laws of, entropy and thermodynamics and all these types of things. Physics tells us that matter cannot be created or destroyed, only change forms. Well, that's physics. But God is eternal. He's outside of physics. And God, therefore, is immaterial. He's non-physical. And so we need to worship a God that's truly majestic. And so it makes sense that people like before the flood and people like Cain and others, and people after the flood, they've always worshipped the sun and the moon. And civilization now, the world we're in now, they're falling into the same trap. You might not have realized it. Have you ever seen people say things like, oh, the universe gave it to me? Well, see, they're holding out the universe as kind of like this omnipotent thing, like the universe is God. Or have you ever seen people today, there's a whole movement, a climate change movement, where people are worshipping the planet, worshipping climate, worshipping, the environment as though it's God. It's like the most important thing. It's more important than people. And of course, these things are important. They are important. God made them. God's the one who told us in Genesis to take care of his creation. And sometimes we don't do a very good job of that. But it's not the creator. The Lord is the creator. So at a place like Göbekli Tepe, we see that they were worshipping creation back then. After the flood, they were worshipping creation. Now, a lot of people still worship creation. But our eyes need to be lifted off what we see to look at what cannot be seen, not with a physical eye, but it can be seen with the heart. Realize there's an eternal God. I mean, look at this. Here we are in the middle of Turkey. All around us is this magnificent creation. This is made by a living God.